Hi guys, this is Megan Malinowski from Megan's Mission Fitness and Training, NFPT personal trainer and Beachbody coach. And I wanted to get a little real with you guys about nutrition and kind of how to start. I know people have heard me say, if I can do it, the old cliche, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I wanted to give you guys a little insight about starting your nutrition because it can be tough. I still struggle with it. 10 years later, and I'm still struggling with my nutrition. It is a fight every day. Know this, that you are worth it. But I wanted to give you guys a background about how I started with my nutrition. Because when I first started my health and fitness journey, I refused to change my diet because I didn't want that word diet in my vocabulary. I didn't want to be restricted from what I ate. So I started working out. I worked out. I did drop 40 pounds just by working out, but I think thinking back that I actually changed my diet slightly. So we're going to give you insight of what I used to eat when I was heavier. So when I would get up in the morning, I didn't eat. And I would... about 3 hours later, would probably run into Burger King and get 2 breakfast sandwiches with the hash browns and some more coffee. About 2 hours later, I would run down to, we had a Texas hot place. I would run down there and I would get 2 hot dogs, 2 orders of fries, and pop. Then I would get ready for work, and I worked at a restaurant, and we did not have to pay for our food at the restaurant. So I would pick on French fries, bacon, all day, and then I would go on break, and what would I have? Chicken fingers, French fries with ranch. Now, this is all in one day. I would eat all this. Then I would take food home with me, and that always varied from what I ate. So when I would take food home. So that was my typical day. Awful. My eating habits were awful. So when I started my health and fitness journey, the first thing I did do was I cut out all the fast food. I still ate at the restaurant, but I made my lunches and stuff at home before I went into work. And then I would just eat the food at the restaurant. So I was still eating kind of bad, but it did change. So I started working out, dropped the 40 pounds and hit a plateau. And I hit a plateau. And when I mean I hit a plateau, I hit it for about, I want to say it was over 6 months. And I finally decided that I needed to change my nutrition. And I still didn't want that word diet in my vocabulary. So get that word diet out of your vocabulary because that means restriction. And I didn't want to restrict anything. So I took a look at what I was eating. And instead of counting calories, I took a look at what I was eating and decided to take the worst thing that I was eating and see what I could do to eat something else instead of that was a healthier version. So I started with that. My big thing was potato chips. So I needed to find something crunchy and salty. I'm a salty person. I love salt. So I went from that, and this is, now you guys can really see how my diet has changed, into getting soy chips. Now you would never catch me eating soy, but at the time I thought they were healthy. And I needed that crunch. So I started rearranging, eating more fruits, eating more vegetables, but I still wasn't restricting my diet. Dropped some more weight. Then I got to my goal weight. And when I got to my goal weight, that's actually when I started looking into Beachbody, their nutrition and everything. Because I got to my goal weight, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was doing workout DVDs. I was actually doing some Beachbody workout DVDs at the time, and looked in the mirror and said, why don't I look like those people on those DVDs? I thought I was still eating healthy, or I thought I was doing much better with my eating. And I'm like, I'm working out too. Why aren't I looking like that? I was flabby. So I started P90X. And I started doing his nutrition. And I started reading in on clean eating. Because what intrigued me about the clean eating is it wasn't a diet. You didn't count calories. It was all about portion sizing. And you still got to eat the same foods that you were eating. It's just that you were making them much healthier. So that's what intrigued me about the clean eating. So I learned how to make things differently. I was still working at the restaurant, and people used to call me crazy because I even brought my own meat into work. Because if you know anything about restaurant foods and work at a restaurant, they put a lot of preservatives in their meat to keep it fresh. I mean, they have to. A lot of it's oil and marination, and it keeps it fresh. So there's a lot of extra calories in restaurant food. And that is kind of how I wean myself. And this is probably a 2-year process. So don't think that it's going to happen overnight, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's a learning process. And it's not going to be perfect. I'm still not perfect, but it will get better as long as you push to do it, and make a conscious effort to do it. If you have any more questions about clean eating and how to start, you can always contact me at beachbodymegan@gmail.com, or you can private message me here. And have a good day. Bye.